What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another transfer video. I know the transfer window's closed, but whew, it's the morning after the night before, man. Honestly, I woke up this morning feeling like I had a hangover. And I didn't have no drinking last night. No drinks whatsoever, but, the Partey time got to me, man. I felt like I was up all night celebrating. I must have been up till 3 o'clock this morning, just watching the videos, reading the reports. Arsenal fans so happy everywhere, man. It was great. I was on the live stream last night as well, when the transfer window closed and when the official announcement came through. It was a great moment for Arsenal fans. We've suffered a lot over the years. A lot of these transfer windows, man, we've been losing our best players. Instead, we signed a monster of a midfielder. This guy, for me, probably gets in every team in the Premier League as a box-to-box midfielder. Liverpool, City, I think he gets in all of them, Thomas Partey. Absolute animal, 27, 45 million pounds. What a signing. How are you guys feeling today? Yes, Curtis, for Partey alone, the window gets a 9. Are you giving it a 9? 9 out of 10. What do you rate this window out of 10? 8 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10 for me. We got the base in Gabriel, the cake in Thomas Partey. The cherry would have been Coutinho on loan, possibly Aouar. Not going to lie, I don't really know much about him. Yeah, I'll probably say it's about a 7 or an 8. Somewhere around there. Good show yesterday. Thanks a lot, Marcel, man. I appreciate that, bro. Yo, Curtis, big up Wilson, always supporting. Man, I'm giving it 9. We need to remember we also re-signed Aubameyang. That was huge. Gabriel, Willian, and Ceballos, 7. Yeah, I'm probably about 7 or 8, somewhere between. I still think if I was really, really being fussy here, I would have got a right back. I would have replaced Hector Bellerin. I think we could have done with one more creative player, like you said, a Coutinho. Someone like I would have gone for Coutinho, but obviously, I think Koeman's decided he wants to keep him. Aouar. What's interesting is that it seems as if Arsenal wanted to sign Aouar and Thomas Partey. It doesn't seem like it was one or the other. We didn't sell a lot of players that we needed to. Buenos Aires Goon, big up. It says 8 out of 10. We still need to clear out the deadwood. A lot of players still at the club who shouldn't be there. So that holds it back a little bit, although that's out of their control. Saliba too young or not good enough. Listen, I am very happy that William Saliba didn't leave on loan yesterday. There was reports he was going back to Saint Etienne. Didn't go. Fell through at the last minute. I think Saint Etienne are a little bit unhappy with Arsenal. I think maybe verbally we'd given them their word, but it didn't happen. With Partey, it's 8, my friend. Great deal. But yeah, as I'm saying, Saliba stays. And I didn't want Saliba to go out on loan. To me, I'd rather see Saliba playing than, Rob Holding or, Shkodran Mustafi and people like that. I'll tell you an interesting thing as well that I've just read this morning. Arsenal have 19 non-homegrown players in their squad. You're only allowed to register 17 for the season. You can change it again in January. So we have to register our squad for the Premier League and the Europa League. Now, we have 19 non-homegrown players, which means 2 non-homegrown players cannot be registered to play in the Europa League or the Premier League until January. So effectively, 2, first-team players will just sit out until January. We have 8 centre-backs at the club. 8 centre-backs. Unbelievable that we didn't move any of them. We've got David Luiz, Pablo Mari, Mustafi, Socrates, Holding, Chambers, Saliba, Gabriel. 8 centre-backs at the club. Socrates and Mustafi, for me, should have been sold. I think Callum Chambers could have been sold as well. Unbelievable how many players. The wage bill must be absolutely, through the roof, the amount of players that we've got at the club. Curtis, is Partey the best CDM in the world? I mean, I had Robbie on the show last night on the stream. What a great stream that was, by the way, man. It was a celebration. And I don't think Partey is a CDM. Honestly, I know a lot of people feel like he's a CDM. He is box to box. He wants to attack. He wants to join in. He's definitely box to box. He's not just going to sit in front of the back four. Going to be interesting how we use him. Should have sold the Deadwood and also brought in a creative midfielder. 6.5 for me. I hear you on that. I'd give it a 9. Can you think of a better window? I would say no, because we have addressed major issues in our team. I think keeping Saliba, signing Gabriel, who looks like a beast to me. Partey in that midfield role, got Ceballos back. Listen, I think, as you're saying here, do you think Ceballos and Partey in a double pivot is defensive enough? I think that can work. For me, go back to 4-3-3, play Ceballos and Partey, put Willian in the 10 just in front. And I think there's enough creativity there. I think Ceballos with someone protecting him, winning the ball, I think Ceballos can create. Let's face it, Aouar got 4 assists last year in the French league. You know, he's raved about, and I think he is great on the ball, but he doesn't create loads of goals. I think Dani Ceballos can get 4 or 5 assists, maybe more than that. Look at the ball that he played to Lacazette at Anfield that he should have scored. So I think Ceballos can get those kind of numbers or even more, and put Willian in the 10 for me. Arsenal for 4th place, I think it can happen. Definitely can happen. There's nothing to be scared of with them other teams. Saka, Partey and Danny. Maybe Saka will get deployed in that role. Would you trust Luiz in a back 4? Look, I think he's better in a 3 because he gets more protection, but hopefully maybe next to Gabriel, who looks like a beast, with the protection of Partey in front, then I think it can happen. Eventually, I think we need to be playing Saliba and Gabriel. I know they're both young and I know they'll make mistakes, but I would definitely get those two together at some point for the development for the future. Partey and Willian in a pivot with Ozil in the 10. I don't think Willian can play in the actual centre of midfield. I think you can put him in the 10 if you're not going to play him wide, but not actually in the middle. Mesut Ozil, as I said, does Mesut Ozil get left out of the squad? Like, I'm talking the whole 25-man squad. Are they going to leave him out completely? For me, Mesut Ozil has to be involved now. I think why are fans not as excited about Martinelli as they are about? I think it's just because he's injured. I think once he's back, the excitement will come back. Xhaka and Partey, Danny number 10. Not for me. I don't think Danny is ideally a number 10. If we're going to play with a straight 3 in midfield, with no number 10, then I think Xhaka, Partey and Ceballos would be that 3. But if we do play with more of a 10, then I think that's where Willian can play. Bro, your wish has come to pass, I'm telling you. Partey, listen, that was the one I wanted. I wanted him more than Aouar, I've got to be honest. Aouar's lack of height worried me. He's not a number 10. He's a centre midfielder who creates. Not often you see centre midfielders that small in the Prem and be successful. I can only really think of Cazorla and Kante, and both were exceptional. Buendia or Benrahma. A lot of people are saying this. Even though the transfer window has closed, there are 10 more days that Premier League clubs can sign and sell players to the Championship. Buendia at Norwich, believed to be available for around £20 million. Benrahma at Brentford, I think they want about 25 million. Palace were linked with him. Would you guys take any of them? Someone here as well saying Todd Cantwell. Good players. I'm not sure that we should go for any of them, if I'm honest. I think we should maybe wait and go for somebody higher. I think Benrahma's a very good player. Got great stats last season. But he is 27. He is in the Championship. You're talking 25 million plus. I would possibly wait on that. I think Martinelli, when he's fit in December, can be really good on that left wing for us. Buendia did have a good season. I have been impressed with him. But still not totally sure. And Cantwell, I'm not sure either. Maybe as squad players, but I'm not sure about starting. Hit the like button, people. Big up Musa for your support. I think we was up to 3,000 people in the live last night. It was unbelievable, man. Great vibes. Big up Robbie for coming and joining. Robbie was drinking and everything. We were celebrating, man. David Silva also small, though. I hear you, Eric, on that. But I think David Silva was a 10. I wouldn't consider David Silva an out-and-out centre mid. I think towards the end of his career, maybe the occasional time, he did play centre mid. But overall, I think he was a number 10. Now, this is one. This is one that, for me, even now with the current players we've got, I would go and get this deal done. Max Aarons at right back would strengthen us up in that position, Curtis, no question. And I agree. I totally agree. I would take him. You know, he's been linked with Barcelona in this window. I think he's better than Hector Bellerin, but I just think Arteta loves Bellerin, and I don't think he's going to turn his back on him. So unfortunately, I don't see that one happening. I would have definitely gone for him, though, that's for sure. Yeah, a few of you calling me out there. You're right. Ben Rama is 25. I thought he was 27. You're right. Maybe they'll look at it. I don't think they will. I just don't think they'll look for a left winger. Saka can play there. Aubameyang's played out there. Martinelli can play there. I don't see it. Came so close to 15k subs last night. I'm telling you, man, I was pushing. I was going to stay on the stream until we got it, but the tiredness kicked in. I actually thought I was going to go bed straight after. I was up for about another 3 hours. I'm about 150 subscribers away from 15k. If you guys haven't subscribed to me already, we've got 700 in the chat now. 150 of you hit that subscribe button and we're there. 15k celebration party later on, maybe. Max Aarons is better than Cedric. We need to buy him. That's probably the reason we're not buying him, because, you know, we have got Cedric, we've got Bellerin, we've got Ainsley can play there. So we're a little bit stuck. We've got quantity there without really high quality. I don't really rate Cedric. And Bellerin, I don't know. I don't know about that. Love you, bro. Big fan of yours from Ireland. Thanks a lot, Harrison. Appreciate that, man. We're worldwide on here, man. Blackburn Rovers have a lot of good players. I'm not sure they're Arsenal quality at this stage. But hey, maybe one or two gems that I don't know about. We need a proper right back. Bellerin is washed up. Love from Kenya. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Hector Bellerin, man. Although he did play half decent in the last game, but I still don't think defensively he is great, to be honest. So Saliba is definitely staying in the UK, right? I mean, the only other thing is if he went on loan to a championship club, but surely he's too good for that. I'm delighted that Saliba's staying. I think he's going to be a top player, and I think he needs to get a lot of game time. Just ease him in. If they don't feel he's quite ready, we've got a relatively easy Europa League group. There's no need to rush him. There's no need to rush him into the team. Give him, you know, cup games, Europa League, and bring him in when he's ready. I think Saliba's going to be a top player. Do you think we'll get top 4 this season? I do. I honestly do. I think we'll get top 4. I'm subscribing now. Big up, man. Appreciate that. Come on. 150 of you guys subscribe and we're there. Maybe all of you are subscribed already. If you are, thank you very much anyway. What's with all the Bellerin hate? He's a decent player, slowly getting back to his best. I think there's a lot of frustration with Hector Bellerin. Defensively, how good is he? Attack-wise, you know, his crossing lets him down a lot, but he did put a great cross in for Saka the other day. So credit where credit's due, man. Love your streams lately. You make some good points. Big up. Thanks a lot, Edwin, man. You know, hopefully the quality of the content gets better and better, you know. I've only been doing this for one season. It all takes time, you know. Would you rather win the Europa League or finish top 4? See, it's hard, you know, because I always believe that finishing top 4 is really the benchmark of where you are as a football club. But then I think winning a trophy is bigger, and winning a European trophy as well. So I would love to finish in the top 4, but I feel like winning a trophy, winning a European trophy is better. So I'll go for the Europa League. I don't know what Arteta sees in Bellerin, because we could have sold him to PSG for 25 million, bought Aarons for 22. There you go. But you never know. Maybe we grab Max Aarons, man, in the next 10 days. How do you watch the streams but not subscribed? Innit, man? You got to hit that subscribe. If you're watching, you're enjoying the content, let's do it. I think Cedric will be sold next summer. I think Raul pushed him on to Arteta. I think he was pushed on. But how do you sell him? 4-year contract. He's not going to be cheap to buy. And he's not that good at the moment. But let's give him time. He hasn't played much. Curtis, do you want to see Smith Rowe? Yeah, I think he'll get game time in the Europa League. I could see him playing like League Cup, FA Cup. Yeah, why not? Give Smith Rowe a chance, man. He had a loan at Huddersfield. He would have learnt a lot from that. Apparently, he had a very good season for them as well. Let's hit 15k subs today, guys. Hey, big up, man. Come on, let's get that 15k, and maybe I'll do another stream tonight to celebrate. Big Curtis, I'm extremely happy with the business, and I'm happier we didn't sell Guendouzi and we didn't loan out Saliba. So Guendouzi has gone on loan to Hertha Berlin. There's no option to buy him, although I'm sure if Berlin are happy and they want to buy him, that the club would move him on. But yeah, obviously Torreira's gone. We're hearing there is an option to buy now, 21 million next summer on Torreira. So yeah, let's see how it all works out. But yeah, I'm delighted that Saliba's at the club. 4-3-3 now. We have Partey. 3 at the back is not what we need against the lesser teams. 100%. Against the lesser teams, it's not necessary. It's more of a defensive counter-attacking formation. Why did no other club go in for Partey? Well, apparently PSG did. They were told he wants to stay or he wants to go to Arsenal. He had his heart set on it, which is why PSG bought our backup option to Partey, which was Danilo Pereira, who they took on loan yesterday. Could you see a midfield three of Ceballos, Saka and Partey? Well, that would be decent. That would be decent. They seem to like playing Saka central, so don't think Atletico like us anymore. Listen, man, it is what it is. That's what the release clause is there for. They said we didn't communicate with them enough before buying the player. Forget about that. Diego Simeone is a cheat anyway. Beckham hardly touched him in 98 when he fell over and whacked his head on the floor to get him sent off. Forget Simeone, man. The release clause is there. We paid it. If we didn't communicate much with you, then so be it, bruv. Who cares? We gave you Torreira anyway, so we gave you something. We could have left them empty-handed. Imagine if we'd have pulled the plug on Torreira at the last minute. Can we get Hossein Mawar come January, Curtis? Love from Kenya. I don't see it happening in January. I think Leon will sell him next summer. Hopefully, if we get Champions League football, then we can get him. But I think it will be a lot more difficult to get him next summer with the likes of Real Madrid, apparently big fans of his. Big up Arsenal Vlogs. Partey, why did he choose the number 18, Curtis? Can Socrates still go or is the window closed? So the window's closed unless they go to a championship club, and I can't see them going to a championship club. I believe 18 was an available number. I know Partey wore number 5, which was Socrates' number, so I was kind of hoping that Socrates left to give him the number 5, but he took the 18, so let's see how that goes, to be honest. This guy keeps spamming, so let me read this. 4-2-3-1, Aubameyang up top, Saka, Danny, Pepe, Xhaka, Partey, Tierney, Gabriel, David Luiz, Hector Bellerin, Leno in goal. Yeah, sounds decent. You've got what? Pepe and Saka out wide. No Willian in the team. But yeah, it's not bad. I think Zidane got in his head. Maybe, maybe he gave Aouar that call and said, just wait one more year and Madrid will come for you. From Guinea, it's time we let go of Xhaka because he's not good enough. Look, man, he's improved under Arteta, but for me, not the guy. I would, if I was picking the team, he wouldn't be in my team, to be honest, Granit Xhaka. Can Xhaka play higher up the pitch? I don't think so, man. I don't. Have you noticed that Partey has Thomas on the back of his shirt? Didn't know that. Do you know what? That put me off a little bit. Not him, but I was so gassed about the signing. I was thinking, you know what? I might go and get Partey on the back of my shirt today. And I thought, can I walk around with Thomas on the back of my shirt looking like I got Thomas the Tank Engine on the back? So I don't know if I'm going to do that, man, unless I just go against the grain and just put Partey on the back. You know what I mean? Curtis, you're still on about 98. Hey, listen, man, I was young at the time. That was painful. When Beckham got sent off, they took that game away. Curtis, I'm telling you, Partey is the biggest transfer we've had in a long time. I rate this guy so highly. A lot of people do, man. Probably the biggest transfer since Aubameyang. Alexis Sanchez, I would say as well. That was a big signing. Yeah, he's a huge signing. Yes, Curtis, you're right. I'm always right, man. Listen to me, man. Willian is not good enough on the right. I definitely think he can be more productive in the 10. I want to see Pepe there, man. Curtis, I did not see how our starting 11 could lose a game in the Europa League under Arteta. Well, you know what it's like, man. It only takes a big team to get knocked out of the Champions League, and all of a sudden the Europa League is much more difficult. So, yeah, I would like to think so. That let's hope we can win the Europa League this year. Because it'd be great to win a European trophy. Getting Campbell will be all right. Yeah, decent player. Hi, Curtis. Yeah, man, big up. Do you think Arteta will play Saliba now that we've kept him? I really hope so. I really hope so. Are you going to be watching the Ghana games now, Curtis? I defo am. Yeah, why not? Let's see how he's doing. There's mixed reports. Some people saying that he flew to England last night. Some people are saying that, he's still in Spain. What I do know is that I checked Ghana's website and he hasn't reported for international duty yet. Apparently, he's set to fly to Turkey tonight because Ghana are in a training camp in Turkey. So is he in London or is he still in Spain? Hi, Curtis. First time on your show. Love from Nigeria. Gutted we missed out on our, but overall 7.5 out of 10 on our transfers. That's pretty much what I said. I would give him 7.5 out of 10 for that 433. Yeah, I would go 7.5. What would have probably got you higher than that for me would have been get a creative player in, maybe get a right back and get rid of a couple of players. But apart from that, it's been a fantastic window. Few of you guys saying your first time in the chat, man. Let's get you guys subscribed. I'm less than 150 away from 15,000 subscribers. Your support's been massively appreciated during this transfer window. It's took a lot of energy out of me, man. I tell you, this morning, honestly, I felt hungover. And I never touched one drink last night. It was party time, man. Robbie came on with a brandy in his hand. It was all going on. Curtis, my bro, do you let the guys know, dependent on system, Partey can offer a lot going forward. For Ghana, he plays more advanced, has 10 goals in 27 games. Interesting. I did read that he plays a lot more advanced for them. Listen, we can use him in different areas. Let's figure out how he blends in with our team. It will take time. Our first game is Man City away after the international break. Will he start? That will be a wake-up call for him to the Premier League. Curtis's show is dope and the best. Big up, man. Appreciate that. Really appreciate you guys' support, man. Partey plays in the 10 for Ghana. I mean, he must be a problem to handle in that 10 role. With that kind of pace and power that he's got, you would not want to defend against Thomas Partey running at you. First time in your show as well, Curtis. Big up yourself. Hey, thank you for joining in your first time. Glad you found the channel. Better late than never. We've had some epic streams over the last few days with all the stuff that's been going on, but, I'm sure you can catch up. We move on from here. Big C in the building. This is lit. Come on, man. What's your guys' ratings? Is this the best transfer window we've ever had? I remember last season, a lot of people said that was the best transfer window we ever had. Kieran Tierney and Pepe was a big one. Big up Felix, man. Appreciate that. Jamaica in the building. We're at 14.9, man. Come on, you guys are moving. I appreciate it. 100 more and we're there. People were saying last year was the best window and that didn't work out. But I believe this year is different. I wasn't fully struck and convinced by Mikel Arteta when he came in, but he's starting to change my mind on him. I still think tactically one or two things. Maybe go to 4 at the back, be a bit more proactive with his substitutions. Don't make the same changes all the time. But we saw against Sheffield United, he took Eddie off, moved Aubameyang central. I like that, man. He's learning on the job. Big up Mikel Arteta. What are your top 4 predictions? I'll go Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea and Arsenal. I think we get 4th. But if we get higher than that, then we'll be celebrating. Partey may be the closest thing to Vieira, man. Let's hope so. We've waited years to replace him. Big up Zayn Miasi in the chat. How are you, Zayn? Thank you for your super chat. He said, did you see Spurs are lending some of their toilets to United? Listen, I don't blame them. United thought they were getting... Who did they think they were getting? Jadon Sancho. They end up going from Sancho to Dembele to Ismail Assar to signing some brother from Atlanta I've never heard of. Big up my boy Turkish. Listen, it's overdue. Let me get the link to you, man. I was about to start wrapping up, but Turkish in the building, man. Everyone go check out Turkish's channel. I'm sure you guys have all subscribed. I'm going to send him the link. Let's get him on. This show's been overdue as well for a while. Let me send you the link quick, bruv, and we'll get you on as well. So Turkish on his way, man. Stay tuned. I've sent you the link, bruv. I always watched his games at Atletico. He was sublime. He's an animal. He is an animal. Big up Turkish G. Yeah, he's on his way, man. Get him on here. This one's been long overdue. I've always wanted you both to collab. Listen, we've been talking about it, man. We've been talking about it for weeks. It's just we're always on at the same time, or it's how it goes. It's a busy time, the window, but let's get him on. Mesut Ozil should come back into the squad. I think he will. I do think he will. Apologies. Let me just put this. I'll put this charger on because the battery's going to run out. Yeah, I think Mesut Ozil will come back into the squad because you can't just leave him out of everything now, can you? He's been out for too long now. They've definitely got to get him back involved. Jeez. Let me just put this charger on. Apologies, people. You can tell we're live when we have to do things like this. Getting low battery flashing up. Right, let's see what you're saying. We are no longer spineless. It's about time. It is about time. I think that spine has finally been addressed. Gabriel's in. Partey's in. Ceballos is looking good. Aubameyang. All right, there we go. That should be sorted. Is it too early to open another bottle of champers? I wouldn't open the champers yet, that's for certain. We got a long way to go. We got Man City straight after the international break, so anything can happen. Oh, this charge. Apologies, people. The charger's not working. Right, there we go. Is that working? Right, there we go. We're sorted. Turkish on his way as well, so stay tuned, man. We're still going. All right. Imagine if Ozil plays well. Do you see us asking him to take a wage cut and stay? And Ozil can't be signing a new contract. No new contract, man. Listen, if he gets involved between now and the end of the season, then cool. But new contract, nah, I don't want to see that. I do not want to see that. I think he'll play in the Europa League. Yo, Curtis, first time on your show. It's banging. Big up from South Africa. Hey, big up, man. Where you at, man? Cape Town, Joburg. Where you at? Don't expect to see Partey playing in the next 2 games. Don't understand why Arteta is so reluctant to play new players in big games. That's a strange one. For me, Man City, you got to get him in. Get him in, man, How is it 25 likes? Come on. Hey, come on. We can do better than that, surely, man. Nearly 1,000 of you in the chat. We're close to that. We're close to that 15K as well, man. Let's go. Let's get there. Let's look. We're 74 people away. So I need you guys to move for me. If you aren't subscribed, I need you to hit that button, man. Let's get to 15K. Celebration. Morning after the night before. Curtis, I believe you're wrong about Arteta. He was the key for Man City. No, listen, bro. Honestly, I don't mind being proved wrong. I didn't completely write him off, but, I wasn't convinced that he was going to be as good as maybe he started. But, you've still got to prove it over a season, and it's not easy. But if he gets us top 4, man, I'll hold my hands up. Jamaica in the house. Big up, man. Kingston, halfway tree. You already know, bro. Come on, people. Let's get into 15K today. Big up, Aaron, man. We're close. We're close. I need 74 of you, and we're there. Hopefully, by the end of the stream, when I check, we'll have hit that. Are you happy with the transfer window? I'm happy. I think Thomas Partey rescued it. I got to be honest. If we didn't sign Thomas Partey yesterday, I would have been moaning right now. Honestly, I would have been. So it shows the fine line between one player can change the whole mood of the window. Because I would have been here right now. Jeez, bro. I would have been going mad saying, you know, Gabriel and Willian. That's not enough. That, you know, you can't finish 8th and do that. But the Partey one, that gets them away with it. I'm going to be honest. Bad boy Curtis. Big up, man. Big up from South Africa. Loving the show and content as always. Big up, man. Thank you very much for tuning in and supporting. It's amazing when you guys, you know, all around the world giving up your time. We made a mistake by not building the team around Ozil at the time of Arsenal. Now everything is difficult to build around Aubameyang. Love from Somalia. I definitely think we didn't help Ozil to the fullest, but, you know, towards the end, he's faded and he's had better strikers around him then. Glasgow in the house. Curtis, 4-3-3 now. Do we stick with 2 centre mids and which 2? If we play 2, I'm going Ceballos Partey for me. But I think we will go to 3. I got to be honest. I agree, Curtis. Just tipped it for me as well. I'm telling you, you know, I think that deal wasn't happening today. We'd be having a very different video. From Oman, big up, bro. Hey, big up. Dub King fan forever. Big display picture you got there, man. Curtis, what do you know about this young Swedish striker we signed? Honestly, I don't know nothing about him. I'm not even going to pretend to. New subscriber, Geezer, Curved Glass, thanks for coming. Come and join the club. Come and join the gang over here. You know what we got going on. Quality content. Curtis, apparently we had the Awar deal wrapped up, but then Awar's brother, who is his agent, requested a hefty agent's fee. Edu then scrapped the deal. Didn't want to be another corrupt Don Raul. I mean, if that's true, it wouldn't surprise me. You know, a lot of these agents, they ruin deals for players, man. And that's a shame, because why would his brother cost him a move? You know, it doesn't make sense. Big shalom from Tel Aviv, Israel. Appreciate that. Appreciate you tuning in. Spurs get Højbjerg, Arsenal get Partey. Levels. Come on, man. You already know that already, man. You already know that. Where's Ainsley going to play this season? Would you try him alongside Partey? Not for me. Not for me. I don't think he's... I think the midfield now... I don't see it happening in the middle of the park. I like you, Shaw Curtis Major from Kenya. Big up, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in and supporting. Xhaka, Partey, Ozil, what do you think? Not for me. Not for me. I mean, it'll be interesting if Mesut Ozil gets game time. Discovered you last night, just like Nketiah. You deserve to be subbed. Big up, Mike. Oi, big up, man. I love that one. Eddie definitely deserved to be subbed, man. I don't want to get on his back too much because, you know, he's a young player for Arsenal. But, yeah, you're right, bro. You're right. Got to hit that sub button. Curtis, great voice in Milton Keynes. Big up, Stephen. Thank you for tuning in, man. Arsenal fans feeling good today. Imagine if Ozil regained his Madrid form now that he has Partey doing work for 2 people. We can only dream. We can only dream of that. Curtis, do you realistically see us getting anything from Mustafi and Socrates come January? They're in the final year of their contracts. Nah. I think they'll be here till the end of the season. And they'll go on a free. Would you take Torreira back? It depends, you know. He always seemed to be talking about going back to Italy and stuff. He seemed a little unsettled. So I think Torreira's time will be done. I got to be honest. If he does well at Atletico, I'm sure he'll want to stay there. Love the show. Keep the shows coming. No doubt, bro. No doubt. They're going to keep coming. Does Guendouzi have a future at Arsenal? Again, I don't think so. I think he'll be moved on. 268 days till Ozil leaves. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm telling you. It's about a year or 2. You know, he should have gone this summer, really. All the way from Cape Town, I'm gassed after such a long time with Arsenal. Now we've got to wait for another Henry. We can only dream, man. You know, maybe Aubameyang will turn into the new school Henry. You know, no one will ever be Henry, but, you know. Train him to peel oranges. Oh my! It's such a shame that Ozil will start putting effort in now because he wants to get signed by a decent club in the summer. Should have put that effort in a long time ago. I can see him ending up in, like, you know, MLS or somewhere. You know, somewhere like that on big money. Hi, Curtis. Does Partey have to quarantine for 2 weeks? Apparently not. I think athletes get a bly on that. They don't have to. Hey, Turkish in the building. Let's get him on. What's happening, bro?
What's good, G?
Long time. This one's well overdue as well, by the way.
Trust me, I just put on my YouTube. Yeah, I see you was live. I thought, fuck it, let me message you. I thought you didn't see it though, but the
Nah, I
link
see
came
it,
in
man.
after.
What are you saying, bro? I see you put out some good content over the past few weeks, haven't you, as well, man? You've been busy, bro.
Yeah, to be honest, even yesterday, I wasn't even going to do nothing yesterday, and I thought, fuck it, let me bring out a video, and that video done well with Robbie. Then I thought, fuck it, let me do a midnight thing as well. Me, True, you did them two were waves still. It turned out to be a good video.
Do you know what? I saw that. I came on and watched it, but my battery was running out. But I see you in the middle just drinking water. Them two look like, they look like they had a bottle of Henny each, bro.
Blood, I'm telling you, I had work in the morning, fam. Even I got work now, bro. I've taken a quick break. I thought, let me just jump on Curtis's channel on my lunch break quickly.
So we're just talking about the window, obviously, quick. Like I was saying to them, if it wasn't for that Partey deal, we'd be having a very different conversation in this chat. Like,
well, it wasn't a Partey deal. I headbutt this screen right now, Curtis.
I'm telling you, bro. We'd be at the Emirates, so you'd have to start that protest again, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, man, we'll bring out a whole Kroenke out banner all across the Emirates, fam. I don't give a fuck.
What do you make of the window? What do you make of the window overall, man? Like, were we a little bit short, or are you happy with what we did?
Robbie asked me yesterday, and I said 6 out of 10. And at the end of the day, people are going to say that's low, but in my opinion, it's just above average. I think at the end of the day, it's not just Partey, Gabriel, good signings. Very obviously Partey. Quality. Good. In terms of number one target this summer, it would have been Partey for me because he's a player that I wouldn't normally think would come to us being at Europa League and the standards we've been at the last 4 years. But we've managed to do it. But it's too reactive again, Curtis. We could have put that release clause on the first day of the transfer window and given Arteta Partey from the very beginning. And that's not the best platform. At the end of the day, we did what we did at the end. I feel like I give it a 6 because there's other things we could have done to improve the squad and make money at the same time, which make me think like I can't give it too high, just above average with that Partey signing. We got what 10 days left of the domestic window. If we can get a Benrahma or a Buendia over the line, I'll push it to a 7, maybe 7.5. But a war would have been the one, innit?
That was the one, man. Like with Buendia and Benrahma, do you think? Would you actually take them, or would you only take them because the window's open for them? Like, do you think they're good enough for Arsenal?
It's a risk. Obviously, people are more familiar with Buendia. I think obviously he's the more proven, but I would probably go more for Benrahma because I feel his ceiling and potential is higher. Would I take them? I feel we need something like that now. It's not about would I take them. I feel we need it. And worst comes to worst, they add depth in the long run. At the end of the day, there are a lot of players that we need to get rid of, not only defensively, but in the midfield too, and attacking. So bringing in someone that can have a short-term impact, it might not work out, but long-term, they can provide depth. They can come off the bench if we do the right business next summer when all them contracts end. So I'd take Benrahma, I'd take Buendia, because we need that. And we're going to soon find out that Partey, as much as he can help open up teams and cause problems on the attacking front, he's not going to solve our creative issues. We're gonna face problems there moving forward.
Do you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see maybe Ceballos next to Partey with Willian in the 10 role. I think that could be our most creative midfield that we could probably get if we don't sign Buendia or Benrahma.
If as it stands, I'd go Ceballos, Partey, and Saka as the number 10 / attacking mid. I've been impressed by Saka there. Even when he plays in other positions, he tends to flow in there. And look at the West Ham game, the 2 key passes. It was outside the box in the pocket of space. Against Liverpool, he done very well there. He's confident on his right in terms of going on it. I think he's got the right attributes to succeed there. So I think if we don't do business, Partey, Ceballos, and him up there. But if we get Benrahma in, I think, in all honesty, Oba goes up top, Benrahma left wing, Pepe right wing. And that's how I see it. Ideally, that would be the one for me. But at the same time, it's lowering standards again because we went from wanting Coutinho and Aouar to now saying Benrahma. So that's it, man. Double-edged sword, man.
Double-edged sword. You know what I noticed, bro? We got 8 centre-backs. We didn't move one centre-back out of the club. And also, I'm seeing here, we've got 19 non-homegrown players in our squad, and you can only register 17. So 2 first-team players are going to be left out till January. I mean, that's a mad situation.
Who do you think that's going to be?
It's got to be one of them's got to be a centre back. You don't need to register 8 centre backs. So maybe Arik and Socrates probably get left out.
Yeah.
The other one, I mean, Mesut Ozil. We've spoke about Mesut Ozil a number of times. What do you think happens to him from this point? You know, the window's closed. He's not leaving. Do you get him back involved in some way, Europa League or something?
Me personally, if I'm Arteta, I wouldn't. No. Because I feel like Ozil has challenged him as much as he's challenged the club. I think things like before the first game of the season, I think it was things like saying, I'm fit, I'm ready, but it's not me who selects the team. I think he said something along those lines on Twitter.
Yeah.
That if I'm manager, I'm looking at that like, this is the game you want to play, yeah? Say no more. Say no more, you're done. You know, if you wasn't done before, you're done now. So for me, I feel like if I'm Arteta, I take that as a challenge. And for me, he would be one of the players not registered. He would be one of the players to see out. At the end of the day, he's smiling because he's making that amount of money doing nothing, innit? But at the same time, how many times are we going to bend over and give Ozil another chance? I don't want to see it again. You know, I really don't want to see it again. I want him to be done. I want it to be under the carpet. Questions about Ozil done by November. But you, Curtis, you know, if we start,
I know, it's true.
Like the chances are a problem too, and you know the fanboys are going to come out and say, "Oh, we don't create chances." Mesut Ozil. I hope that doesn't happen, but we'll see, man.
Bro, I got man in here saying, you know, now Partey's in, he's going to protect Ozil, get Ozil in the 10 role. Like, they're back in full force, man.
Partey don't want to. You think Partey wants to go from playing at Atletico with every man on job, to playing with Ozil, protecting him, bro? Partey and on right now, bro.
Let me read this super chat quick. He says 6 out of 10 for me. Partey came too late. We didn't have a plan B for our. We should have sold more players. We also have weakened our goalkeeper position. And that's a good point about the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
this Renarsson, like, if they're gonna give him Europa League games, like, there's no guarantees we get in the top 4. We might have to win the Europa League. We don't even know how good this goalkeeper is.
Yeah, we don't. And you know what? I've always been an advocate of. Your number one goalkeeper plays the majority of games, Europa League, League and FA Cup, and the backup can play League Cup as far as we go. I've always been that guy. I don't like this whole Europa League one keeper, League one keeper. It's like both competitions can get us the same thing we're trying to get. So you need to be playing a number one. So I'm glad to see Leno. I think he's going to move into play number one in Europa League and League, FA Cup too. I'm happy with that. You know, a choice had to be made in the end because of finances, as always is the case. But until people really start realizing that Arteta in an ideal world doesn't want to sell Martinez, but he has to sell him because Arsenal is not an ideal world.
No,
you know, it comes down to that.
No, it's true, man. What do you make of the way, because someone just put in the comments there, Guendouzi's been kicked out for being a bit of a naughty kid almost. But Granit Xhaka, you know, I don't know what he did to the fans that day. Some would say is a lot worse than what Guendouzi did. What do you think? Guendouzi was a little bit unfairly treated, or do you think, you know, he kind of shot himself in the foot?
You see, Xhaka's thing. If Xhaka's thing happened under Arteta, I think it would have been done and dusted for him. I think Arteta takes him out and doesn't bring him back in. I think we've seen that with Ozil. We've seen that with Guendouzi.
Yeah.
But obviously, it was Emery that made that decision, and it is what it is after going through Ljungberg and then to Arteta. By that time, he was pretty much not back in fans' favour, but it was pretty much swept under the carpet. Everyone focused on Unai Emery and the toxic atmosphere instead of what Xhaka actually done. People tend to forget that in reality, he shouldn't be at the club no more for what he done. But it is what it is. We'll see Thomas Partey introduction. I feel like he should be starting ahead of him. But with Guendouzi, I understand it. I like Guendouzi, trust me. Like, last year, if you asked me what 2 midfielders do you want to see long-term at Arsenal, I would have said Guendouzi and Torreira. But both have gone now. And with Guendouzi, it's like, I've been a manager of people. If someone comes into my office with a petulant attitude and tells me they're not apologizing for something I need them to apologize for, then what can I do but reprimand them, especially if they're a teenager, one of the young players in the squad. That sets the precedent. So I know Arteta potentially saw something in Guendouzi because he did play him. It's not like he didn't play him as much as Emery, but I don't feel like a player that age should be playing as much as Emery did play him.
No.
But I feel like Arteta was a fan of his. It's just not a fan of his attitude. And attitude's a big thing in football now. And the fact he went to Hertha Berlin, I know he can use them as a stepping stone, but if Hertha Berlin are the only club that want you on loan, and after you've been in exile for how many months, that it pretty much says a lot in terms of how your reputation is across Europe.
Yeah, man, because he was being linked with like PSG and teams like that. Next minute, the man can't get a club. I mean, I was reading that he actually turned down Hertha Berlin 2 months ago. And then he decided to go there at the last minute. So it says a lot about him, man. In terms of the attacking front three, you know, we've been talking about Aubameyang. I've wanted Aubameyang through the middle for a long time. But Lacazette's got, 3 and 3.
Yeah.
How would you sort out that? What front three would you pick if you was the manager now?
Lacazette should have had 3 and 3 against Liverpool on Monday, but it is what it is, bro. I'm not going to criticize him too much. Obviously, he has to hold that one because it was a crucial miss. But you're right; he's opened the scoring for us in the 3 games he started in the Premier League, and there was a surprise that he didn't start against Sheffield United. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, you see Arteta. I feel like he knows there's not enough quality all around, so he's going to need to chop change and do different things. But it reminds me of Emery too. He had to chop change and do different things. The only thing is we've got a manager with a direction, a style, and a character we can warm to. That's the only difference. But in terms of quality on the pitch, he's still struggling with the same issues Emery has struggled with. So I'm hoping it does iron itself out. Partey is massive. Because we've lacked that since Vieira. We can all talk about Flamini and Alex Song all we like. In reality, they were never cutting it. But that's the standards of Arsenal fans.
That is where it was, yeah.
We started lowering it, because we started thinking, we can't do this, we can't do that, making excuses. And then all of a sudden, we're at a level now where Jan Mvia, remember Jan Mvia and how much the fans were bending over backwards for him?
I'll never forget that guy, mate. We were linked with him for how long?
Trust me. And now we got the man, we got Thomas Partey, we got the guy that if you ask me what central midfielder in that mold I'd want across the world, it'd probably be him, if I'm honest, especially managed under Simeone. He's well drilled, well coached, tactical now. So I think it's the ideal signing, but it's not enough.
No, I hear you. Do you know what? That's why I wanted to get you on, because everyone's going mad celebrating. I was like, you know what? I'm very happy with this signing as an individual signing, but overall, there were still mistakes that were made there. I still can't believe that we didn't manage to get any money for any player apart from Martinez, who we actually didn't really want to have to sell. Yeah, I'm seeing Liverpool get 25 million for Ryan Brewster, who hasn't scored a goal in the Premier League, and we can't sell Guendouzi, a French international.
Imagine, it's mad. Yeah, when you put it like that, it's mad. When you put it like that, it's crazy. And then when I said that we've essentially got 3 right backs on the book and we couldn't get rid of one of them for no money, it doesn't make sense either. Brewster 23 mil, surely we can get 25 for Eddie.
Yeah.
Go and do it and put Oba up top and put Laka as his backup, and you got 2 top strikers fighting for the number 1 spot. Yeah, I know they're friends, but this ain't a fucking social club up. Like, they win stuff. You get me? So at the end of the day, one's going into his last 2 years. One has just signed for the next 3 years. One has been top scorer in the last 3 seasons for us. The other, it hasn't quite cut out. So I would have liked Oba to go up top, Laka to fight for his space, and Eddie to be sold 25 mil. Then you could buy a war as well, and you start looking a lot better. But, that's why I had to say 6 at the beginning, because it's like we could have done so much more. But Partey at the end, it's going to appease a lot of fans. It makes me smile too, because it's somebody,
Yeah.
But at the same time, Man City away next, Curtis.
That's it, innit? That we're going to see. I mean, we got Man City, Leicester, Man United next 3 games. So we'll see where we're at in terms of levels. But it's good to see you smiling, bro, because the amount of times I've come on Supporters Club and you're just like, yo, it's going wrong again, and we haven't bought no one, you know what I mean? So where do you think we can finish this season? Like, because I didn't think we could get top 4 before this signing. Yeah. That's given me hope that we can get top 4. I'm still not certain, but I'm hoping.
I said yesterday, without Partey, I said 5th to 9th. I say with Partey, I say 4th to 7th. So it's improved the chances. It's improved the chances. But at the same time, I'm not a fool to think we can't this can't just, unfold into the same mess we've seen over the last few years, under Wenger and then under Emery. I'm not a fool to think it can't happen again. As much as we like Arteta and all that, if it happened to Arsene Wenger, if it happened to Unai Emery, who's won Europa Leagues, who's won stuff, it can happen to Arteta, and that's something we've got to be careful of. We've got to manage our expectations. So before Partey, 5th to 9th, after 4th to 7th, and I think that's me being optimistic, to be honest.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's funny you said that, right? I want to ask you a question, actually. I know Emery messed up at the end of the season. Obviously, when we messed up in the league and then the Europa League. But I'm just thinking, is he sitting at home now thinking, you know what? I had a fairly good season, barring the end. I asked you for Thomas Partey. You never got him. You gave me Lucas Torreira. And then a year later, you're signing the same player. Why did they not back Emery in that transfer window?
Yeah, it's the same thing, Curtis. Again, me and you, like I said to you before, me and you are very similar, man. I literally said the same thing yesterday and the day before, and on my AFTV interview. I think Unai Emery wanted Fabinho in his first summer. Before Liverpool got him, he wanted Fabinho. And when you see Liverpool got him for 40 mil, if we could have nipped that in the bud before even interest was shown, because they was getting Naby Keita as well anyway, we could have easily achieved that signing. You look at Fabinho now, you can see what he brings. Same with the next summer, Thomas Partey. He wanted him, he didn't get him. The two midfielders he did get, Torreira and Guendouzi, in the end, they've gone now. Was it good enough? Was he given the right platform? At the time, it might have seemed like it. At the time, it might have seemed like he's being backed. But in hindsight, he wasn't really backed like he wanted to be backed. Now with Arteta, it's the same thing. I hope people understand that Partey is a good signing, but indicating that we wanted a war and being so strong in interest shows and tells all of us that we need creativity, and we didn't solve that problem. So Partey doesn't solve that, because we equally needed that as well. So as much as they pulled this out of their back pocket, because that's what it was in their back pocket from the first few weeks of the window. They knew we don't have to negotiate, hit La Liga, FA, we can get the deal done in no time. Back pocket, and as soon as Aouar fell flat, it was Partey. But in reality, a proper board would have got
both. You get both. I mean, do you know what? With us signing him on the last day, do you feel like it's a panic buy in a way? Not obviously he was one of the targets. He was obviously, him and Aouar. But the fact they waited until the last minute, do you feel it was like Aouar's fallen through? If we don't get one of these two, the backlash from the fans is going to be massive. So we got to just go and activate it.
Yeah, I do. It did look very reactionary again. Like I said, why wouldn't you sign him in the first week if it's the release clause? We all know he's worth that, if not more. Yeah. We all know there's not many players at that level that want to come to us right now, if any. Why wouldn't you get it done in the first few weeks? What are you trying to achieve? Forget their interest in Torreira for a minute. Do your business and then worry about the rest after, like other teams have done, like Chelsea's, like Everton's, like many teams taking risks and sorting out maybe a mess after or bearing fruit, like Liverpool have done, for example. You have to take the necessary risks. If you don't take them risks, you will never know. Van Dijk was a massive risk, but it fucking paid off. Alisson, massive risk, fucking paid off, At the time, I didn't know who the fuck Alisson really was. He was battling with Chesney.
Yeah.
But Roma, and then all of a sudden, look at him now. Van Dijk always looked promising, always looked solid, but that to do what he's done at Liverpool and change what he's done, mad. So we need to take risks, and it's been another window where, in my opinion, we haven't taken a risk. It's been 45 million net spend, 40 million net, 47. I don't know what it is, but it's not enough to say it's a risk. It's playing comfortably again.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you finished 8th in the league, you should be proactive and getting your deals done quickly. We were kind of waiting to see what happened, man, it seems to be the Arsenal way all the time. So, like, for you, what do you think with the Europa League and the league? Do you think we're more likely to get in the top 4, or do you think winning the Europa League is easier?
We got to focus on league for now, because the Europa League's a given. If we don't make it out that group, even with our C team, then fuck it, man. So I've always said, you focus on the league in the first half, and then when you see what teams are dropping from Champions League, if need be, you analyze the situation and prioritize. Ideally, you don't. Ideally, you have a squad capable of going for both. We'll see if that's the case come January. But until the Champions League teams drop in, you won't know, man, because over the years we've played Atletico, over the years we've played Napoli, and their teams at a level, Valencia, their team, Chelsea, their teams at a level, Champions League level, you know.
Yeah.
So in the end, it all matters who drops in, and there's a few groups in the Champions League where a big team or two will drop in. So we'll see then. Until then, we need to focus on league, and that's it really.
It's mad, you know, because when I look back at it, that year Wenger, when we lost to Atletico, I think if they don't come out of the Champions League, we would have won it that year. I think they played Marseille in the final.
Yeah,
that was unlucky, man. But yeah, we need to, I think if we can get top 4 and win a trophy this year, even if we won the Carabao Cup and got top 4, I think that would be a great season.
Yeah,
for us, a step in the right direction. Then hopefully we spend big next summer with all these players out of contract.
Yeah, I'll take top 4 alone.
Yeah,
you know, I'll take it alone. But like you said, it'll be great to have a cup on top of it.
Yeah,
but top 4 is a necessity now. I think at the stage we're at, with all them contracts coming to an end, if you can couple that up, 650k comes off the wage bill, I think, a week. You know, if you can couple that up with a Champions League entry, there's no excuse for Kroenke next month. None. You know, none. So we'll hope and pray this season goes well and Arteta's still in charge come the end of it. But we all know football changes with the wind, and I just hope fans can remain balanced. Understand that there's still work to do, and understand that we're still going to have moments of madness and problems, you know. Look at David Luiz nearly giving it away in the first 5 minutes and getting a red card.
Yeah,
I said to people, when you play these players, you're going to have at least 5 mistakes a year. That's one of them done from Luiz. We'll see more to come from Luiz, Bellerin, Xhaka, all these men that have done it over the years. Until they get ironed out next summer, then we'll start moving forward properly.
Let me ask you finally, because I've been on nearly an hour. Mikel Arteta, when he first came in, I was very unsure about that appointment, I got to be honest. He's starting to convince me now that he can be the right man to lead us forward. I still think tactically he needs to change 1 or 2 things, but what's your opinion on the manager and how good do you think he's been so far?
So far, so good, man. He talks very well.
Yeah.
He's reignited my interest in press conferences. Like towards the end of Wenger and throughout Unai Emery's, I was not a fan of press conferences because you got very little and you didn't really learn much, you know.
No.
Emery was a bit more open and honest, I'll give him that. But with Arteta, clear, concise, I understand what he wants. I understand he understands what we want.
Yeah,
he knows from early on when he came in and talked about the fans, and he didn't blame the fans for any of that toxic atmosphere. He turned around and said it's up to the team to create the atmosphere. And those comments make me understand that he understands, and I like that. And obviously moving forward, the way he's dealt with Guendouzi, Ozil, I like that. And that's not me hating on Ozil, because I like Guendouzi and I like the way he's handled both situations. In my opinion, he's done it, authoritative, and that's it. Brushed under the carpet. Now it is what it is. Don't ask me questions about it. We move on. Philosophy, I don't know so much. Obviously, you can see he's getting the best out of players. Philosophy, until he gets his team, I'm not sure he does want to play a 3 at the back, or 5 at the back, or however he sees it. But it is very fluid. My only thing is recently he's been saying a lot of things about Kroenke, trust me, support me 150%.
Yeah,
we know that's not true, and
of course
he needs to limit that, because that's what made Wenger become a target in the end. He took too much weight on his shoulders for Kroenke, and you can't do that, you know. But if Wenger done it, someone who was loyal and loved the club for so long, then I wouldn't be surprised if Arteta does it too. But we have got a good manager there, and if we support him and back him, we'll probably do something and improve at the very minimum. But it's all about the people above now.
Yeah, give me a top 4 in order then before we go. Some people are there saying, what's your top 4? Give me the order.
It's a mad one. Liverpool, Chelsea. Yeah, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal.
That's interesting.
Everton, the dark horses, but yeah, that's my top 4. I think. What about you?
I go Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Arsenal.
So same 4 different order in the middle.
4 different order, yeah. But I don't see United getting in there. I think Tottenham will do all right, but Mourinho will probably blow up at some stage. Everton do look good.
Yeah, Mourinho will probably blow up at stage. Everton definitely do look good. My only worry with United is if they bring Pochettino in before December, then they become a problem.
They do.
Um, yeah, so similar to when people change managers, they have that burst. I think Pochettino, I think the players would love to play for him and love him to come in. Someone different to Ole. I think someone that commands a bit more respect. So I'd be worried if they do go get Pochettino. But
Yeah.
right now, I don't feel like
Nah, not with Solskjaer. That guy's a clown.
yeah.
But yo, big up everyone in the comments. Thanks a lot for coming on Turkish, bro. We're gonna have to we'll do a proper one.
Yeah,
next
yeah.
time, you know what I mean? But it's good to get you on anyway, man. Everyone subscribe to Turkish as well.
Come on, G. Yeah, I'm gonna do a live. I'm gonna do a live about 2:30, I think, or maybe even 3 o'clock, just to do a welcome to Thomas Partey video, because I hadn't even done that yet. All that madness last night was the deadline stuff. But yeah, definitely we need to do more stuff, Curtis. So definitely. Slowly we'll get it. Make sure you hit the like button, people. Make sure you do that before you leave. I don't know how many people's in here, but Curtis has been going for an hour, so do your thing.
Bro, there was loads on, and then they met at 1 o'clock. Everyone was in the thing saying Robbie's just gone live, so they all abandoned me, didn't they? You know what I mean?
The Don started up, so
the Don turned up and took about 1,000 people out of it.
Okay, now, fam, you need to have words, mate.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we'll link up anyway. Take care, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Love.